learn a whole lot. I just pray that, God will kind of lead and guide my thoughts and my words so that it can be helpful for you all. And I'm just super excited to be here. I am trying to perfect putting my story 2 years within five, like explaining what has happened over the last 2 years within 5 minutes. So let's see how I do tonight. Let's see, what time is it? 9:09. Okay. So I started at Works 2 years ago. April marked my 2-year mark. I'm a double diamond. And I went, well, let me talk a little bit about before it works. So I'm a full-time occupational therapist. I have my bachelor's and master's degree from FAMU. I teach, Lord Jesus, y'all, my brain shut down. Like, I wake up every morning at 4:30, so my brain is like about to shut down. So I'm apologizing right now if I start stumbling over words. Just forgive me, please. I'm not a teacher. I'm a therapist, and I work for Orange County Public Schools here in Orlando. I have 5 schools that I'm currently assigned to, so I travel around all day, every day. I have a husband who's sitting right here next to me. We've been married for almost 6 years, and we have a 3-year-old daughter. I also have a photo booth company that I really want to get rid of, but I still have it. So life is really, really busy, very, very busy. But I honestly wanted to do this business, not because I had the time, but because I wanted more time. And that's one thing that I really, really hope that you guys will take away today is that, right now you're making a lot of sacrifices with your business so that you can free up more time later. And it might not make sense. It might be really hard. You may feel very, very stretched, but you definitely can do it. And just always keep that end goal in mind. So I never was that person who was looking for a network marketing company. I was not. That was never my thing. However, long story short, my husband and I moved to Orlando. We live in Florida, from a little city that I'm from about an hour away. And I took a job. It was horrible. It put us way behind in debt because I was not getting paid anywhere close to what I was getting paid back at home. And ended up getting another job. And that job also sucked. Management was horrible. They made me feel guilty all the time for staying home with my baby when she was sick. And I just knew that God was calling me to do more. However, I had a lot of self-confidence, self-worth issues going on within myself. So I was always afraid to step out. I was always afraid to do things that I really wanted to do because of what people would possibly say. I come from a background of very influential parents. My dad was the mayor of the city that I'm from. My mom is an elected official. She's up for re-election right now. And they have always been, ever since I can remember, since middle school and elementary school. So being in a public spotlight a lot growing up, it really, really messed me up, y'all. Like, for real, for real. I always worried about what people thought. And even as an adult, I still struggle with that. So this business has completely changed so many things for me. When I said yes to this company, I did not know what to expect. All I knew is that I did not want to get a second job because my baby needed me at home. At the time when I said yes, Avery was not 3. I mean, she was not 3. She was not even 1 yet. But we were so behind, y'all. Ford was calling my parents, and I still, to this day, I have no idea how they got my parents' phone number. My husband and I, we're the only ones on that car note. So I was always like, how the heck did they get my mom's phone number? But they called her, asking her for that money. Like, can you please get in touch with your daughter? Because, of course, we were ducking and dodging. I'm like, I ain't got your money, bro. Like, stop calling me. So they called my mom, and at that point, I was embarrassed. I was like, okay, something's got to give. Let me apply to these part-time jobs. I'm going to go to some clinics after my full-time job at the school, and I'm going to just work. Then I was like, no, like, I don't want to do that because then I would be away from my baby. I wouldn't be able to snuggle at night, say prayers, tuck her in, and I'd be somewhere taking care of somebody else's kids while mine is at home doing God knows what. So I just did not want that, but I didn't know that there would be another way out. So here comes It Works. And I'm like, nope, that is not for me. My cousin Burgundy, you all may know Burgundy. She did it years ago. She tried to get me on board, and I was like, absolutely not. I am not doing anything like that. Those people are aggravating. They're scammers. This is fake. There's no way you all make that kind of money. And so when it kept coming up, I was like, God, you know, I'm praying to you and asking you to tell me what to do, but this cannot be it. Like, please give me another answer. I talked to my husband. I tried to get him to talk me out of it. I tried to talk to my sister, who is my best friend. She wouldn't talk me out of it. So I said, okay, God, I'm going to give this a try. And I'm going to be obedient because I know this is what you're telling me to do, because it will not get away. And literally, y'all, that was the best decision that I could have ever made. And I always say that God loved me so much to close every single door. All of those outpatient clinics, they never called me back. I never got an interview. And if you're familiar with the medical field at all, if jobs are on Indeed for more than 6 months, they will literally hire anybody with a license. Anybody. So, and I had pediatric experience, so I never understood, but that was literally God blocking doors right and left and right. I didn't sign my first distributor until my 3rd month in the business. I didn't go executive until 4 months. I didn't go Ruby until 8 months. Then I went diamond in a year, and then I went double diamond in less than 2 years, but right there at that 23-month mark. So like Legina said, I don't have that story of going double diamond in 6 months. And I'm happy about that because I built with a very strong foundation. I was very much so okay with God's timing, and I wanted to build strong, not necessarily fast. Of course, who wouldn't want to make extra money fast? But I knew that was not going to last. So that's my story in a nutshell. I did okay. I did it in like 6 minutes, well, 7 minutes. So I'm sorry, I tried.
No, and I'm glad that you touched on that, because that was going to be my next question, as far as like, you know, the time frame that you went, because I think that, you know, when we come into this business, we start comparing ourselves to other people, and we're like, well, so-and-so did it in 2 months and I could do it in 2 months too. And that's just not realistic for everybody. And so I'm glad that you shared that you have a solid foundation you were able to build, and it maintain and sustain you and your family during that time. So speak a little bit about that, like going Ruby. What did that look like for you as far as like building your mindset, building your team, the communication that you guys had, you know, working together? What was that like for you? Because I think also people like want the increase, they want the enlargement of the territory, but knowing like, hey, that comes with a lot of more responsibility that you may not be able to handle right now, and you don't want that to crumble on you.
Absolutely. So basically, let me back up a little bit. Even before Ruby, when I went executive, it was with people who were not wanting to be here. They did not want to be here. So guess what happened? A couple months later, I lost the executive. And then I signed up my brother's girlfriend, and her name is Whitney. You all may know Whitney. Then a few days later, I signed up Heather, who was my hairstylist. And Heather is still here. She's a diamond. She's my diamond on my double diamond leg. And then came my friend Brittany. Brittany is one of my rubies. She should double promote this month all the way to diamond. And then some other people came along as well. And we built, y'all, so solid. Like, we took time. I used to get on Zoom with them like every few days we would get on Zoom and we would just talk. We built relationships. And although I had relationships with them, they didn't know each other. Like, everybody knew me, but they didn't know each other. So we built relationships together. We did opportunity calls together. We just really held so close. We did not let each other go. We held each other accountable. We did little contests together. I never forget, we had a 400 contest where whoever got to 400, I gave them like a blender bottle and some It Works bracelets. And so like little stuff like that really, really made a difference. And during that was a very critical and special time for me in my business, because right now as a double diamond, almost, really pushing for triple, I don't have the time to do that anymore. So I always tell people, like, when you don't have many people underneath you, like, that is your time to really build up your leadership skills. So when I lost those people, I was frustrated. And then I felt like I was being pushed to move all this volume to people who were not working, who did not want to be here. And I did not want to do that, y'all. I did not want to do that. And so I talked to my sponsor and she was like, okay, don't do that. Just build solid. Don't worry about it. And so that's what I did. I said, I'm not moving any more volume to them. When it's time, God will bring me people. So that's the thing to really take away, is that you have to be so content with God's timing that nothing really moves you. Nothing really shakes you. Because when he brings somebody to you, they're there to stay. They're there to run with you. And literally Heather, Whitney, Brittany, like all those people who came in during that critical time, they were God sent. Like when they tell you all you need is 2 or 3 runners, like that was them. That was them. So just trust the process. Leadership, people think, I want to be Diamond, but you have to be a leader. If you're not a leader, you're not going to get past Ruby. You can skate to Ruby. You can kind of get to Ruby with like sucky leadership skills. I'm keeping it all the way real with y'all. But you cannot get past Ruby. You can't get past Ruby without those skills. And if you do get there because somebody helps you get there, you're not going to be able to maintain it, because you are responsible for other people and their success, and you have to get over yourself. Like every single day you have to suck it up and get over yourself. So I hope that answered your question.
No, that was perfect. So talk a little bit about leadership and what that looked like for you as far as like building your leadership skills, because some people like just have that like those leadership qualities, and some people just don't. They're not natural born leaders. They're people that have to be groomed into leadership roles. So what was that process like, for you? What are some different qualities and some things that you worked on? Some books you read, personal development. What was that process like?
So for me, so I grew up, my mom is a CEO of Girls Incorporated. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of that, Girls Inc. She's a CEO of Girls Inc. of Lakeland in Bartow, Florida. And I grew up.
When I saw your mom's picture, I'm like, gosh, that lady looks so familiar. Okay.
You know about Girls Inc.?
Yes, I do. Okay. Because I'm always researching different, nonprofit organizations for women and teen girls. And so that was one of those organizations that I came across during my research. So, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, she's been there for 35 years, longer than I've been alive. So literally when I was a little girl, I went there even before I was really supposed to. It's a program for girls kindergarten through 12th grade. And that place literally built me, like made me so like just powerful. Literally a village. It was a village that raised me. My mom and my dad, they separated, or they got a divorce when I was a baby. So I literally was that child that was raised by the community and was raised by my family. And so that place really showed me that I could be anything, that I didn't have to be a follower. I could be a leader. It taught me how, that I can really do anything. Like I think about like, where did I get this drive from? And I know that it started way back there. And it's also genetic, because my mom is a firecracker. And I'm much more milder than my mom is. But I know that those qualities, I feel like I learned it from my family, from my parents being bold in their actions and their careers. I think it just kind of, you definitely are a product of your environment to some extent. Now, I will say when I started this business, also being a therapist, and being a therapist that is, I don't see my boss but once a month, y'all. So I have to be a self-starter. Ain't nobody checking for me. Only thing she's checking for is that those treatments are getting done, and she's looking at that online. So I have to be a self-starter. I have to be a self-initiator. So I think all of those things collectively kind of prepared me for this moment and for leadership in this company as well. But I did not know really how to do it here, because I'd never done anything like this before. So I did do a lot of self-development. Every single morning, I'm on YouTube listening to a video. Every single morning. Okay? I don't miss a day, because I have to feed my mind. Secondly, I really have a heart for people, so I don't like disappointing people. I don't like letting people down. So I tied that into, I kind of fueled that in a positive way. Instead of people pleasing, I fueled it and pushed it towards, I need to be there for people. I need to help them reach their goals. Like, I care so much about their goals that I want to help them reach it. So I literally, like, when I talk to people, I always try to remember, you keep people first. You don't run this business. Of course, our businesses are ran off of charts and promotions and stuff, but it's people over promotions. When you take care of people, God takes care of the rest. So you always have to be people first. If you're always thinking about, I'm going to be triple diamond, I'm going to be double diamond, I'm going to be diamond, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Like, if that's your vocabulary all the time, you need to check your heart. Who are you going to help? So that should always be your focus every month. Like, who am I going to help? And all of these things, honestly, I think really just sticking really, really close to God spiritually, y'all. Like, I just really wanted to serve God and serve his people. Like, I know that when I do that, he is pleased. So the YouTube videos, staying in my word every day, also reading different leadership books, what is it?
By John Maxwell.
Yes.
5 Layers of Leadership.
Yes, that. Also, Building an Empire, that's another book that I really, really like, that really lays out a very simple blueprint of, creating a place for your people to come, creating a safe environment, stuff like that. But I don't know, like, I hope that's some tips, but really just pouring into yourself and building up those leadership skills and knowing where you lack, and wherever you lack, that's where you need to fill yourself back up a little bit more.
Right. No, I love, that's good. I like what you said, people first, because we do get caught up on like promotions and, making sure that we are securing the bag and all this other stuff. But this is a people business. And if you don't care about people, then you're not going to have a sustainable business. So that really has to be in the forefront of your mind, all the time. Like, care about the people. That's what it's about. Thank you.
Can I add one more thing to that, Regina?
Absolutely.
Another thing too is the 5 love languages. So I know we don't think about this because it's like a more of a like relational type thing where, my husband and I, like, we know each other's love languages, and we know that if I don't speak his language, his love tank is empty. It's the same thing with your team. Like, I know who wants me, who thrives when I shout them out on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I know who thrives when I send them a note in the mail. I know who thrives when I send them a personal message. I know who don't care about any of that stuff, and they just want to promote. Like, and also those color personalities, y'all. I know y'all know about the color personalities. Those are all things that really tie into leadership and basically serving people the way that you would want to be served, but also getting to know them personally outside of the business, so that you can serve them and just call them and say, don't say, hey, or text them and say, hey girl, can you send me your chart? No, hey, how are you? How is your day? How is your family? How is everything going with you? And then ask them what you need, but don't always just be about business, because this is a people's first business. That's how you be successful.
That's good. Okay, I'm taking notes. Let's see. He talks about personal development. Let's talk about some right now, daily to-dos. You talked a lot about personal development and making sure that you do that every day. And what are some things that you must do every day when it comes to your business, building your business?
So, hold on. I'm freezing. I gotta get my sweatshirt. Hold on. Here's one right here. Okay. So every single day, first of all, I recommit myself to my business. And there are no days off, y'all. Like, unless you done reached your goal, then you can rest. And I don't say that, I say that kind of lightly. because I do believe in resting. I think that resting is important. Um, but ain't no real chilling until you reach your goal. So I definitely make myself every day. I definitely pray and read my Bible. That's one thing that I know that has sustained me, because I've had some very, very challenging moments while being in this business, just personally. And I know that God is the reason why I'm still here, because there were many times where I just wanted to just be like, you know what, peace out. But I'm still here, and I know that that was nothing but God. Now, going into the business, I keep it very, very simple. I pretty much do my 15 minutes of personal development. That's YouTube's, or I'll read one of my books. I always add to my network. If you're not adding to your network every single day, like, you are sleep. Sleep. I apologize about the hair, y'all. Sleep, for real. Because if you're not adding people to your network, you're talking to the same dead eyes over and over and over and over again. Every day, I'm adding at least 500 people to my Instagram. And my page is open. My page is never private, because my goal is to always have a welcoming and warm page. If my page is warm, then I don't have no problem with people following me back. I add on Facebook. I also unfollow people who don't follow me back. So if you have an iPhone, you should have Activate. You should have Activate Cloud, so that you can follow people throughout the day. And it's so much easier, so much quicker. It literally takes me like 5 minutes to follow 500 people on Instagram. I plan out my posts the night before or in the morning. And that way, during the day, there's no excuse for me not to get my posts out, because they're already done. All I got to do is go and click it. I use Instagram drafts for that. I don't have a post planning app. I just use Instagram drafts. Simple is my thing. Any way I can simplify things, that's what I do. I also send out messages, post to post, and I send out messages about the opportunity. And that's literally what I do every single day. It's always laid out. It's always written out, so that there's no confusion. Because sometimes, even though I have my stuff written out on my phone, like today, I was like, well, dang, what should I be doing right now? And I'm like, you got it right there on your phone. Go look at your picture and just go and follow the task for the day. So having that list of things to do is critical. It keeps you focused. It keeps you task oriented. And goal oriented, and it just really keeps you focused. So that's what my day looks like. I do power hours. I wake up at 4:45 every single morning during the week. On the weekend, I wake up at 6 and do a power hour. Okay, it's sacrifice, y'all. I have to be out of the house at 7, so that gives me time to get myself ready, and that gives me time to get my daughter ready. Yeah, and then at night I do a power hour, and right after work I do a power hour. Right now I'm just really pushing. We got a lot of people up for promotions, and that's another thing about leadership, is that you just lead from the front. And your people gonna come with you who want to come. Yeah. But you just gotta you gotta make sure that you're setting the tone and creating that momentum for your team.
Yeah. No, that's good. You were talking about Instagram drafts. So who doesn't know what that is or what she's talking about? Because I know at first I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, yeah.
I don't.
Okay. So basically what you do is, when you're about to post something on Instagram, let's just say you're about to do a post, and you basically plan out your post. So instead of sharing it, you just basically go back and it'll save it into your draft. So it'll ask you, do you want to discard this post, or do you want to save the post? So you just save it. So that way it's in your draft. So when it's time for you to put your next post, all you have to do is go to your drafts and press share. Like, your caption is already there. Everything is
okay. Okay, I know how to do that.
Yeah. So that's just a great way to already have it. Like, back in the day, they used to do like airplane mode. But with airplane mode, it's a little tricky now. Like, if you turn it off airplane mode, all the posts be going through. I'm like, oh no, let's not do that. Okay. So you talked a little bit about, I think you already answered my question about social media. Okay, talk a little bit about your social media. You say you want your page to be warm and inviting. So when you're trying to engage people, because of course posting is not necessarily working, but what's your mindset or what's your thought behind, certain posts that you put out there? Like, what do you want people to see as far as like picture quality? You spacing your pictures out with certain things, like you don't have a lot of business stuff on there. Like, talk a little bit about like your layout.
Okay, so my layout is very, very simple. Again, y'all, if you go to my page, you're gonna see a very easy pattern. It's gonna be an inspirational post, then a business post, and then a lifestyle post, and then a product post, or some type of variation of that every single day. That's how I keep myself sane and organized in my mind. I don't have to think about what I need to post for the day, because it needs to be something around that. So then one day I was thinking, like, trying to figure out, like, what should I post today as far as lifestyle goes. And so I actually created a schedule for myself. I don't follow it anymore because I haven't been struggling with this, but this is just an idea if you struggle with lifestyle posts. So on Mondays, I was posting about like my marriage. Tuesdays, I would post about being a mom. Wednesdays, I would talk about being a friend. Thursdays, I would talk about being an occupational therapist. Fridays, I would talk about traveling. Saturdays, I would talk about I don't know, my favorite, home decor. And then Sunday, it would be like about like just hanging out with the family or something like that. So that way, if I ever got stuck, I could go to that list and say, oh, this is what I can post about today. Just because I want people to see who I am, not that I am not just Jasmine, the It Works distributor. Like, people are always in the back of my mind, I always think about like, I need them to see who I am. And then It Works is an extension of me. I am not an extension of It Works, if that makes sense. So as far as content, I used to be a photographer. So I'm very, very picky about pictures. Sometimes not so much, but for the most part, my pictures are always bright. They are always, they're always clean. And I always like put a white border around my pictures because I want my page to look neat. I love to use black and white quotes. I make them myself sometimes through Word Swag, and I will sometimes put my Instagram name at the bottom. And what else was I gonna say about social media? Oh yeah, so you always just want to make sure you keep that balance. You don't want to be spammy. You don't want to, I know at the end of the month, I become so spammy, y'all, and I do not care. Like, it be before and after pictures like every day, and it's about to start, because that's what gets results. Now, another thing that you can do, me personally, I don't do it very often, but I know people that do. They'll put like a product picture and they'll put before and after pictures behind that. But I just feel like people don't like swipe and they ain't gonna see them before and after pictures, so I'm just gonna put it out there. Stories, and this is key. Like, when you're connecting with people, and you want to, kind of attract people to your page, you got to be open, you got to be raw, and you got to be honest. There's so many fake people out there. So many fake people. It's people that'll put stuff on Instagram, all this motivational stuff, and they're scared to take one little step towards their dreams, but they post about that stuff all day long. They don't live it. So you have to make sure that you are authentic, you are yourself, and that people can see that. So a lot of my pictures on Instagram, I don't wear makeup every day. I do not wear makeup every day. I wear makeup maybe once or twice a week. And I don't even know what I be doing half of the time. So sometimes I get on there and I look crazy. Sometimes I get on there and I look like a bum. But guess what? They know I'm a real person and they can appreciate me for who I am. I am unapologetic about my faith, about my spiritual life. I get so many people who message me like, wow, I've never seen anybody be so open about their entire life and about God like the way that you are. And when I see stuff like that, it makes me want to go harder, because that's really what we're here for. The order of the post is inspirational posts, opportunity or product. You can switch it up. I'll switch them up every now and then. Lifestyle, and then whichever one I didn't do earlier, opportunity or product posts. You just have to look at your feedback and see which one works best during what time of the day. And I try to have my inspirational post up by 7 a.m. I try to do another one at noon, then at 5, and then at like 8 or 9. That's my schedule for myself that works. And I literally have done that since the very beginning, y'all. Okay. Did that answer all your questions about the social media, Legina?
Yes, it did. You talked about stories too, which I'm glad you did, because you do a really great job on your. I love watching your stories because you are transparent. Like, you talk about everything from cooking, your Avery, and your husband, your job. Like, it's some of everything, and you're also incorporating the products and stuff in your stories, which helps it to be relatable. Even if I wasn't in It Works, I would be intrigued. Let's see. All right, it is 8:40 or 9:40 over there. So I do want to open it up for questions for anybody else that may have questions for Jasmine. We can get those. You can put them in the chat, or you can unmute yourselves and ask the question.
Yes, I want to hear from y'all.
Nobody has questions.
I was typing, but I just unmuted myself. So do you think it would be kind of I wouldn't say hard, maybe a tad difficult to just restart, or would you suggest just restarting yourself and then starting off with the tasks that you suggested, like the different lifestyle posts and things like that?
So let me make sure I understand your question. So you're asking if your page is not reflective of what I was just explaining that I do. Do I think that you should delete all your posts and start from scratch? Is that what you're saying?
I have a lot of posts,
okay,
but basically just start from here, from where I am, and just revamp it.
So what are you doing right now?
I don't do all the posts, but I do. I have a Bible verse that I post, different Bible verses I post daily, and I will post. I do products, but I don't do it daily. I do more product posts in my, well, not posts, but I do that more in my stories than I actually post.
So, and that's okay. I do, like today, I did not do a product post, but I did post about my energy in my stories. And I was at one point, I was only posting like once or twice a day on my feed because I was doing a lot in my stories, but I kind of backed off of that. And I know that's like a sticky subject because stories are really booming for people, but I had to get back to what was working for me. And I had to get back to that routine. And I love the stories. I love them, but I like to kind of try to keep a healthy balance of the two. So sometimes I will just do it in my stories because I have like 500 to 600 people looking at my stories every day. So I know that it's reaching people. However, on my page, I can get 500 to 600 likes. So I know that even more people are seeing stuff on my page than they see on my stories, because if 500 or 600 people are liking it, imagine how many people are actually seeing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you have to learn your page and pay attention to numbers and stuff like that and figure out what's best for you. But it's okay to kind of switch it up, but just figure out, what your routine is going to be and stick to it. Now, one thing I will say is that if you're not posting something every day about your business, then you're not serious. And I'm not saying you, I'm just saying in general. If we are not posting about our business every single day, like something, that's a problem. So yeah, I would definitely say give it a try, see how it goes, see how it feels. For me, I'm a little bit type A. I think it's the therapist in me. I work with a lot of children with autism, and they have, they're very strict with their schedule, and I think they kind of rub off on me a little bit. I need that routine. I know every day what Jasmine got to do today, and I don't have to think about it because I don't have time to think about it. Like, life is crazy. So if you have a plan in place that you can easily follow, I feel like that will really make things a lot more easier for you. And it's also helpful for your team. Like, if my team is having struggles with posting, I can easily tell them that formula that I use every day, and they've been able to go out and duplicate it.
Good. That's good.
Okay, yeah, that helps a lot.
Great. Awesome.
All right. Anybody else have a question?
What promotions we up for this month? Let me see who we're today. I know you up for double.
Oh, yes.
Who else? Who's up for promotions this month?
Nisha is going for emeralds. Charlotte is running. She is maintaining Ruby. So just helping her to build to Ruby. Bria is under. Bria, you're under Tanette, right?
Yes, I am trying to get the. Sorry. Yeah, I have the first time emerald, so I'm up for that.
Okay.
So that's exciting. I'm just trying to get the business off the ground. So
run it.
Yes. Oh my God.
I did have a question though. When you guys do the product opportunity, is that just before and after pictures, or are you? I guess I don't really know how to go about it because the swiping doesn't work for me either. So
yeah, I like to use before and after pictures. I also like to take selfies with the products.
Mm-hmm.
I like to make videos about making keto coffee and greens. I like to set up my products in front of pretty places, pretty backgrounds, and make pictures like that. And just really showing them how I use it. So tomorrow, I think I'm going to make a video about how I use my essential oils at work to get stuff done. And that's another thing, on Sundays, I really, really try hard to remember to figure out what I'm going to post during the week. Because again, y'all, I ain't got time. I ain't got time to be sitting there thinking at 12 o'clock in the middle of the day, what product can I post about today? No, because I need to be making orders. I need to be talking to potential DTs. Every second is valuable. So on Sundays, that's prep day. So I know that this week I'm talking about hair vitamins, I'm talking about that cleanse, I'm talking about my oils, and I'm talking about my skincare. That, and I know that. I already know, so I don't have to even think about it. There are great resources on the Team Diplomats page. Do y'all have that?
No.
That's a great place for product posts. But honestly, one thing that I always do for myself whenever I feel like I'm having a hard time figuring out what to post product wise, that means I need to tighten up on using my products.
Yeah.
And I use the skincare every single day. But I'm like, how many times these people want to see me wash my face? But I just need to do it. I need to do it actually very soon. I'm going to do it this week because I haven't done it in a while. Legina, I'm going to put this link in the in Facebook chat.
Okay.
You can share it because I'm not on the phone. I'm on the computer. But yeah, I think just getting creative, using the products and just talking about them. And don't overthink it, but keep it really simple. Use other people's posts too. Be authentic, be yourself. But if you need, until you can figure things out for yourself, go on people's pages and use their posts. There's nothing wrong with that. And honestly, host a post is where it's at. You could truly, truly make things work off of host a post.
I forgot about this page. I don't think I knew it was called Team Diplomats though. But somebody shared this with me before. I don't recall who, but yeah, this is good. Like they've added stuff because they didn't used to have host to post on here.
Yep, you go to newbies, or no, your first, wait, newbies. Oh yeah, see, here a post. It's like 17 days worth of posts right here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How do you get to that? Just go to team.
Here, I'll put it in the
put it in our group chat. And then I still have trouble with using a Captivate. I'm not sure if I don't think I really get the concept of it, of following the people.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
With the Captivate, I still have trouble with using that.
Okay. Where do you feel like you had trouble?
I don't know if I'm not doing it right because I try to watch the YouTube video and do it, but it's kind of, I guess, hard when I have to go back and forth from the video, watching the video, and then going to Captivate.
So I'll show you really, really quick how to do it. So
Okay.
under settings, when you're in Captivate, this is settings down here in the corner. I'm gonna show you how I unfollow people who don't follow me back. This is very, very easy.
Okay.
And then you go to unfollow filter. So bad. Y'all see it right there?
I can see it now.
Okay. So with that, you just hit hide users that follow you. That way, when you hit following, it's only going to show people who are not following you back. That way, you don't even have to try to go through and weed out the ones who don't.
Okay.
So I do this every morning. So, but I should
Yeah, I want to start doing it at night.
Yeah, I try to do it. Sometimes I do it every morning. Other times I do it every other day because I do want to give people the opportunity to follow me back.
Okay.
But once you get here, these are all the people who did not follow me back.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit quick select. Okay. Quick select all, and then I'm gonna hit actions.
Okay.
And then unfollow. Now I have the cloud. I pay for the cloud because the cloud is life. It does everything for you every 90 seconds. That way you won't get flagged on Instagram. You won't get blocked. None of that stuff. You won't be in Instagram jail. So I just hit add to cloud too, and that's it. It's the same thing with following people. So, if I want to follow somebody, I'll go to like the discover page here. And usually it's like some type of natural hair page on here almost every single time. And I'll just go on there and I'll follow their followers, but I go through. I don't follow any guys. I don't follow any people that look like they from Africa. I'm sorry, no offense. I just can't send y'all nothing right now. Right. So I don't anything that's like hair, like bundles. I don't want no bundles, so I'm not gonna follow you. And a lot of them are spammy pages, and if they don't have a picture at all, or if they have some ugly graphic, I don't follow them either. I look for ladies of all ethnic backgrounds who look like they have they look like normal people. They look like they not normal people, but they look like they could possibly be in America. Y'all, I know that sounds very, very bad, but I'm just being completely honest with how I follow. Okay? And then I just add them to the cloud.
So how do I follow because I know on the video that Gina sent me, it's like you can follow so many people at one time. But how do you do that without going in individually following people?
So say I wanted to go on, I'm just gonna pick somebody off of here. Here's Kevin Hart's wife. I'm gonna hold down her picture and it's gonna take me to her page. Okay. Now you can either go to like one of these pictures and you can click the likes, and it's going to pull up everybody who likes their picture, which is why it's taking so long. So it has loaded 999 people. Now I can hit quick select down here at the bottom. Uh-oh. Okay. Select all. And then I can hit actions and follow, and then add to cloud queue. I'm not following all them people. I need to see who they are. But that's how you can do it. If you don't care and you just want to follow people, that's up to you. I don't suggest that though. So I would just go through here, and I don't even try to go through all 900. Like, typically I will go to the followers at the top. That's one way you can do it. But I typically go up here because I feel like it doesn't load all of those people at one time.
It does.
Like, you just loaded 200 people. Like, I can handle 200.
Right.
But 1,000,
Okay.
no, can't do that.
Okay. But then you can always go through, like you said, the people that don't follow you, you can always unfollow them.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. So that's Captivate. Yes, Captivate works the same.
I can get people to host a post, but I can get like at least 6 to 10 people to host a post for me, if not every day, every other day. But I still don't get a lot of people. Like, I'll get 1 or 2 people that'll inbox me, and then it'll take them days to respond, or they'll wait till the week later and then they want to order or something like that.
So I'm very intentional about who I ask to post for me. So I pick out people to ask. Then I'll make a post. But if you go to my page, I haven't even made one of those posts about like I'm up for a promotion, who would like to help me out. I haven't got there yet, because I am literally targeting people who I want to post for me. So my friend who does makeup, who every time she posts, she got 1,000 likes. That's who I ask to post for me. Or if I have somebody where I see people, even if they don't have a lot of friends, but I see that their friends are very engaging on their pages every single day, then I'm going to ask them to post for me. Somebody who has 100 friends on Facebook and nobody likes their stuff, I'm not, okay, you can participate. Thank you. But I know I'm not going to get anything off of that post.
Right.
So you have to know, like, your audience. You have to know your audience. You have to know basically, like, if they have influence or not. And basically is kind of what it is. And even if it doesn't, I had like 6 people to post for me today, and one girl's post just went off. Nobody else's did. There are days when I have 10 people post for me and nobody does anything. But you know what? I keep going, and I ask more people until I find that one. I'll never forget when I went double diamond. There was this one girl out of Omaha, Nebraska, that I followed from her liking somebody else's hosted post. Every time somebody posts for me and somebody likes the post or they comment, I'm becoming friends with them.
Right. I do that whenever I get people to post, and I wait a day or two to see who all likes it or comments, and then I'll go ahead and follow them.
But see, that may be too long. You're waiting a day or two to add them or to respond to them.
No, I respond. I respond right away.
I would add them right away too.
Okay.
Yep, add them right away. And make sure you click add on Messenger. And you got to create that sense of urgency. Like, it's always, I only have a few spots left. Like, I have a goal in my mind, and I only have a few spots left. Especially, I give away stuff. Like, when I'm doing these host to post, I'm giving away stuff to these people. I'm giving away packets of greens, just simple stuff like that. I ain't got enough to give 20 people. So you're gonna get one of these spots or no? Like, that's just what it is. So creating that sense of urgency. If they don't respond, I say, hey, I only have a couple more spots left. Are you still interested? And they always come back and say, oh, I forgot to respond, but I don't have no money right now. Can you let me know on Tuesday? Sure can. And I'm so glad that I followed up with her, because if not, she would have just been down by the wayside.
Yeah.
So tomorrow morning during my power hour, I'm literally going to spend like 30 minutes messaging everybody who has not responded to my messages since Saturday. I think that was where I left off. And I'm going to message all of them like, hey, I only have a few more spots left. Are you still interested? No? Okay. I can mark her off my list.
Do you use when you have people either maybe in your phone, do you get them off? Let me ask this first. Do you ever get people off social media onto your, in your phone and text like, hey, what's your number? I'll text you the info. Or are you closing, in the inbox, getting them on the phone from that, that way?
Okay, so I pretty much, I have some scripts that I follow from for hair, skin, and nail, and cleanse. That's pretty much like my bread and butter right now. And even like the quad too, weight loss as well. But I always have this same script where I basically tell them, this is where the prices start at. Is this something that you'd be interested in? This is this is the full price. Here, let me just read the message to you, because I do tell them the price. I don't go into too much detail, but I tell them the price because I need them to know that this is not free. And if I have 10 people messaging me an hour, I cannot get on the phone with all 10 of them people and talk to them for 30 minutes. I just can't do it. So I need to weed them out. So what I say to them is, hold on one second.
Is that the one you put in the leadership group about the cleanse, or you talking about hair, skin, nail?
Well, they're pretty similar. But yeah. Yep, that's pretty much it. You want me to read it, or you already shared it with them?
I believe I have, but I'm going to drop it again. These are my follow-ups. Is that what you say? Yep. Hey, beautiful. Thank you for the interest in a detox cleanse. Are you looking to jumpstart your weight loss, or do you just want some detox? And then, okay, I can definitely help you with that. Is that what you were going to read off? Yep.
And that first message is crucial, y'all. Because every time I've been flipping people from a cleanse to a whole quad, or at least 2 products.
Yep.
So don't settle. Do not settle for just the cleanse, because if they tell me they need weight loss, I'm not gonna just try to sell them the cleanse. Like, they need more than the cleanse. They told me they want to lose 40 pounds. No, you need a cleanse. You need a cleanse plus some more stuff, and you need to do it for 90 days.
Yep.
I really don't give people an option. Like, I give them their options, but I always tell them, like, if you're serious about, getting healthier, you're going to have to commit for longer than 30 days. And if you truly want to be healthier, then you're going to have to change your lifestyle. This is not a magic pill.
Yeah.
If people say they cannot drink water, or they cannot get their diet right, then you can come holler at me in about 2 months when you get it together, because you're not going to go out and say that my products don't work.
Didn't work. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's good.
Yeah. Sorry, I went off on a tangent.
No, I love that, because I don't think that we take that into account. Like, hey, we just want to get people in the system, but like long term, like, are we really helping these people? Or are you just trying to, get some volume in just to fill a box? Like, it's more than just that. So, no, that's good. All right, it's 9:00, and I don't want to keep you because I know you got an early get up morning. So,
yeah.
All right. If there's nothing else, y'all have any other last minute questions? Last questions for Jasmine? Thank you so much for pouring into us tonight. I really appreciate that.
No problem. Y'all just think about, I'm doing a boot camp right now with my team, and I'm so glad. Although the first few days it really frustrated me, because I had people who talk such a good game, but when I sent them the boot camp stuff, they was bringing excuses from the right and the left. And I set the tone from the very beginning, like, this is no excuse zone. I'm doing it with you. And some of these tasks even scare me. So you know what? We got to get it done, because we have to know why we're here. So make sure that you have a clear vision as to why you are here. What are your goals? What do you want for this business to work? What do you want this business to do for you? If you are in one day, out the next day, if you work in one day and you go for another, the next 5 days during the week, you don't know what you want. You have no idea what you want. You have no idea why you're even here. If you have your kids, if you have kids and you say that your kids are your why, yet you show up once every blue moon, your kids are not your why. Like, don't put that on your kids. If you can't show up every day for your babies, don't mention their names when you talk about your business. When you talk about your drive, when you talk about your why, don't even mention them. So just really think about, what you want. Know that this business is, I always hear people say, oh, this business is easy. No, it's not. It's not easy. It's simple, but it's a mind. It is something that you have to conquer in your mind. You have to cling close to God. But you know what? It's so worth it. It's so worth it. And you're going to have to make sacrifices. So for this end of the month, you all are pushing for your goals. Like, think about what is it that you're going to sacrifice? Right now, I'm sacrificing that sleep, that 4:30 alarm. I want to throw my phone every morning. I don't want to get up at 4:30. I don't. But every day, y'all, my team be on there looking for me like, where's she at? Yeah. Every single morning. So, just do it. Just get it done. Don't think about it, and know that everything that you do right now is going to set you up for a future that you have only been able to dream about. It's going to become a reality because you put in the work. So let's get it done, y'all.
That's good. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I love it. See, she an orange, y'all. You are orange.
All the way. This month, my team.
Thanks so much, Jasmine.
You're welcome. I was joking with my team the other day. We had a leadership call, and I was talking to my leaders, and they know we have a very, I have to tell them, okay, I'm putting on Jasmine, your leader hat right now. And I get very, very strict with them. Then I say, okay, I'm taking it off. So what y'all doing? We just have the best time ever. But when I had that leader hat on the other day, I was like, y'all, some of y'all not even completing y'all tasks, but y'all DTs texting me, telling me that they completed them. Right. What kind of leaders are we? Stop bringing people into this business when you can't even show up for yourself and you can't help them. So I told them, I was like, y'all, I'm a real red for the whole month of May. I'll be back yellow in June. Right now, I am red. I am fire hot red because we can do this. There are too many promotions on the line, too many lives that need to be changed, and we just really have no idea how capable we are. Yeah. We have no
idea. No, you're right. So I thank you, and I'm definitely, I'm praying for you, cheering for you all the way.
Same here.
It's capable.
You're welcome. Y'all are so welcome.
All right, I'm gonna I'll send this to you. I recorded it, so